Hey there, in this video we are going to put together an application that deals with concerts and being able to select from a list of concert options and then enter in a number of tickets and calculate the price for that. So, file new project, configure your project, give it a name. I named mine concert options. Form factor, phone and tablet, Android 5.0, lollipop. And empty activity, main activity can stay as it is. And in the background you can see the project I was building before this one. I had some great concert options. I think I'll use those again when I build this one with you. Alright, what we want to do first of all is let's go ahead and look at our emulator. So activity main.xml, let's take a look and see what we got there. And when we bring that up, if you have the Hello World already on there, we want to go ahead and just delete that control off of there. I'm going to go ahead and change this to be my virtual device Nexus 5. And this time we're going to do something different that we haven't done before. We are going to actually be working with themes. So in the emulator itself, we can actually preview different themes. So we can come down through here and change the theme for our whole entire application. And you can do a search. So again, a theme is just a way to change what your application or activity looks like and sort of make it unique or give it a little more style, I guess. So with this one, we're going to actually use black and click OK. And then it will render that for you and show you what that looks like. Now we've done that here in the activity main.xml in the emulator here, and that is just going to be a temporary fix. What we actually have to do to make that last and make it stick is actually come over here into values and click inside of the styles.xml. Here we have to come up here to this line that contains the actual style for the app theme, and we have to key in the new style that we are wanting to put in there to have it pick up what we chose so that it will make it stick. So here we're going to change the code and call this base, and if I could type and or do the key ahead. Alright, there we go. So base.theme.app.compat, and this will allow us to make that change so that it'll be a permanent fix and pick up the theme that we are wanting to pick up. The next thing I'm going to do is click inside of my strings.xml file because I want to start working on my user interface. And what we learned with the last app that we put together is that we use the strings table to hold all of our strings, and we put those in there using the translations editor. So I'm going to start adding those in. We're going to have a text field, a button, and an image view as far as controls go, and then a description field as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding those into our translations editor. So of course we just click the plus sign to go ahead and add those in. The first one is going to be text title with the default value of ticket value. Ticket value, not values. Then the next one is going to be text tickets, value of number of tickets. Second one is going to be called prompt with a value of select group. The next one is going to be called description. with a value of concert image. And the last one, I think, I might have to go back. The last one is button cost. Find the cost. And click OK. Alright, so your screen should look something like this, minus any typos or misspellings or, you know, grammatical things that I might have done as I am keying this in. So I'm going to close that out. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to add an array. And the array is going to be used to hold a list of multiple values. So to do that, we're actually going to have to go inside of the strings.xml file itself into the XML code and key it in by hand. So this is exciting. We will go in and do some XML code, which you will see is very similar to HTML code. At least I think it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the caret and with an S, and then drop down and select, go ahead and let it type ahead, string array, and we're going to give it a name of text group, and we're going to do our closing caret, and you'll see that that goes ahead and makes the ending tag for us. I'm going to hit enter a few times because I'm going to come back up here and add some information in between these two tags. The information I'm going to be adding are the items that are going to be in my list. So I'm going to go ahead and add my first item in here, and I put the closing little caret, and then it puts the closing tag for me. So this is a list of concerts. So I think what I had on the other app that I made, REO Speedwagon, I'm sure they're still cool, and Spice Girls, what I used to listen to when I was like a coder, doing lots of coding. Spice Girls, and then one from today, my fave, Maroon 5. So that's going to set up the list that we need, and what you'll see is we'll be adding a drop-down list, or what Android calls a spinner because they have to come up with their own unique names for everything. We're going to add a control that will go with that, so we can drop that down into our list. So at this particular point in time, I'm going to go ahead and click File and save everything. And then in the next video, we will kick it off and we will go and start working inside of our activity and start putting our controls and wiring those all up.